We would like to unite the people of this country to create one nation, one people, to give equal opportunity to everybody who is born in our country.
This is where it begins, the promise to amend the constitution to establish a hybrid executive system which will have a president and a prime minister as a way of sharing power and ensuring inclusivity. NTV notes that this will be possible without going to a referendum, as they will not relate to the supremacy of the constitution, the territory of Kenya, sovereignty, national principles and values of governance, the Bill of Rights, the president's term, functions of parliament, independence of the judiciary and the commission or devolved governments. They are, however, bound to take time to implement, as a bill to change the constitution will take at least 6 months to pass in parliament. Then there is the issue of infrastructure, specifically the standard gauge railways.
The SGR was conceived under the Grand Coalition government, and it was supposed to link Mombasa, Nairobi, Kisumu, Kampala, Kigali, and Bujumbura. It's now going to a dead end called Naivasha.
It is true that the standard gauge railway was conceived as part of Vision 2030. However, a Vision 2030 progress report dated February 1st, 2013, a month before the election that year, indicated that there were ongoing consultations with the China Exim Bank for funding for Mombasa, Nairobi, Malaba, Kisumu standard gauge rail. This indeed confirms that the project was conceived during the lifetime of the coalition government and was a Vision 2030 project. So is the railway ending in Naivasha as suggested by NASA? No evidence backs them up. However, we know that in May this year, President Kenyatta led a delegation to China seeking funding to build the standard gauge railway from Naivasha to Kisumu. A further extension to Malaba is planned. 327 billion shillings has been spent between Mombasa and Nairobi, and 150 billion shillings will be spent between Nairobi and Naivasha. Based on this information, the railway will not stop at Naivasha. Finally, there is the proposal on education.
Every year at Standard 8 KCPE, about 950,000 children sit for the exam, that is KCPE. Every year that they sit, about 250,000 do not transit to secondary school.
In our findings, in 2015, 932,000 students sat KCPE and a total of 757,904 joined Form 1 in 2016, translating to 174,096 dropping out of school. The number of students in Class 8 has increased by 47% from 635,800 in 2006 to 932,000 in 2015. Those reaching Form 1 have increased from 313,695 to 757,904 students. This means the number of students who did not transit to Form 1 have fallen from 322,105 to 174,096. Mudavadi's Class 8 estimate of 950,000 is close to actual figures, but his estimate for dropouts at the end of primary school is considerably higher than the current figures. His point on the number transmitting is, however, valid. Ken Mijungu, NTV.